This week, Asobo confirmed the release date for World Update 5 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is the 17th of June. There's some information on Gamestop that hints towards the upcoming Xbox release, and meanwhile there's some very interesting information on some third-party planes. Let's take a look. The 17th of June then is the date you want to set on your calendars. World Update 5 features the Nordics, bringing an overhaul to Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland and Iceland. This includes terrain mesh improvements and new photogrammetry. There will also be dozens of new points of interest, a few of which you can see on the screen here. New high detailed airports include Svalbard, Sanskei, Bonholm, Stockholm and Vaasa. Asobo will likely release more information on the update closer to launch. Moving on, many people, myself included, have long been wondering when Microsoft Flight Simulator would make an appearance on the Xbox. Well, a screenshot posted to the official Flight Simulator forums by Grid Risen suggests that the sim will hit consoles on the 15th of June. The image is from Gamestop and contains this very specific release date. However, personally, I'm taking this information with a huge pinch of salt. It's quite more likely that this is actually a placeholder date for Gamestop rather than a specific date. After all, the 15th really isn't very far away. I'd fully expect to see a marketing lead up to this release. Also, Asobo have said previously that there would very likely be a beta phase for the Xbox release. And not to mention, the current release window for the Xbox edition is summer, and the 15th is a little too early for that, although only by a little bit. So yes, this is quite probably a placeholder date. It's good to see though that there's some movement on this. And that said, I wouldn't at all be surprised to see the release date announced very, very soon. Another reason I would fully expect to see the title release a little later than mid-June, maybe July, August or so, is because the Xbox version will possibly release alongside the DirectX 12 update for PC. In fact, Asobo have pretty much said that more than once. Bottom line, there's no current information or no suggestion or hint even of DirectX 12 arriving on the PC anytime within the next week. Also, for those of you wondering why the publisher on this image is listed as Aerosoft rather than Microsoft, that's because Aerosoft are the official publishers of the physical versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it looks like that also includes the Xbox edition as well as the PC edition. On another interesting note, keep in mind that Flight Simulator is an Xbox Play Anywhere title. That means if you purchased the game via a Microsoft store, then you'll get both the PC and Xbox versions for that one single purchase. This, however, doesn't count if you purchased from Steam. Meanwhile, for any potential surprise announcements on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the emphasis there is on potential, this may or may not happen, but either way, do keep an eye out on Microsoft's E3 presentation, which will be taking place over the weekend. Now, if you're looking for some new planes, it could be worth taking a glance at the Crop Duster from BR Sim Designs. The Panama Crop Duster could be considered a pretty basic real-world plane in some regards, but the fact that it is purposely built for low-altitude flight would open up a lot of possibilities for the avid simmer, especially when you start considering the wealth of locations around the world. Low-level flight through canyons springs to mind, for example, sounds like a lot of potential fun. Adding to the fun is that the plane also has simulated spray systems, offering some very unique simming opportunities here. Plenty of fields all around the world, so yeah, if you fancy a go at pretending to be a crop duster, as well as a bit of low-level flight practice, then this could be a great opportunity for you. More information on this plane could be found in the video description through the link. Now, at the completely other end of the spectrum is the Hawk T1A Advanced. This one is still a work in progress, so cannot be purchased just yet. However, we do have some great looking new preview images. The Hawk T1 then is a two-seater trainer jet. For many people, this plane will be instantly recognisable, as it's actually rather iconically used by the Red Arrows. These have been flown by the Royal Air Force display team at a multitude of air shows. The Hawk T1 has both its interior and exterior accurately modelled, and the external view even includes PBR textures. Just Flight have said they've added a realistic flight model to the plane thanks to some fine-tuning from real-world Hawk T1 pilots. Currently there's no release date set for the plane, but it seems that when it arrives it should provide for a few interesting challenges for people. That then brings us to an end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.